That's I think magic lost.
This Greach was really doing it too. The problem with anime as an adult, brought by Just XZ. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm entering my adult years. You know what I'm saying? I'm 20, about to be 21 in 3 months. It should made in 3 months, pretty much. And yeah, I don't know. I can't watch anime as much as I used to, but right now I'm watching Beyblade pretty much every day. Well, now every other day. But prior to watching Beyblade Burst, I didn't watch anime for like 2 years or something like that. But I don't even know why, for real. Like I guess my attention span is just like not the same or something. But let's see what bro gotta say.
The greatest thing to happen to society since the birth of memes. It's a blessing and a curse. One day we can have the most beautiful story told about love, friendship, and promises. And the next we'll be watching a teacher deep pussy farting on her student's face, who just so happens to be her stepbrother. You lucky son of a bitch.
What do you be watching?
Anime truly goes hard.
Lucky.
Whether it's romance, action, horror, or hentai, they stay cooking up heat. And as someone who has been watching anime for over a decade, I can safely say that it's greater when you're younger, and as you grow and consume much of it, it can become dull. But don't get it twisted, I still enjoy the crazy action scenes, the big tatas, the amazing stories, music, and animation.
But
if you're anything like me and more broke than R. Kelly, then you know the struggle that is. Let me speak my truth, because back in 14 BC, all the OGs weren't using Crunchyroll, Hulu, Netflix, or Funimation. Watching anime was a struggle. It wasn't as easy as tapping an app. And truth be told,
I was using this app, I think it's called Soul Anime or something like that. I think it's closed down now, but
it was difficult to find. Not only was anime found on select channels, but it wasn't as popular as it is now, thus making it harder than finding Nemo. But that didn't stop us. We were out there watching anime like we were using the dark web, using websites like anime123.com, myanime.com, and the best site that contained every anime ever made, from OVAs to pilots to movies. Anime.com.
Oh, yeah,
this website was like a taste of heaven. Heaven's gates were finally open for all to stream any anime.
Heaven's gates.
Illegally. And for a very long time, it was the website to be at. You could comment, rate, and watch every anime ever made. And years later, tragedy struck. I still remember when Kiss Anime was getting taken down. Everyone was freaking out. Heaven's gates had been breached. The FBI was onto everyone. The apocalypse was here as we knew it. And we were all about to go to jail and become someone's bitch. And after a few months, Kiss Anime had become Cucked Anime and officially taken down. It was truly a dark time for many of us. Many fell ill, others moved on, but the rest of us kept moving forward. And during this time, Netflix was at its peak and had acquired a few more animes. Strong hitters like Death Note, Maji, Toradora, Little Birdie, more tatas, and thicker butts. Great, so we can watch anime on Netflix.
Shows do you be watching, right?
Not necessarily. A little afterwards, Crunchyroll had launched, a newly made anime streaming service that was releasing nothing but anime, and some live action adaptations as well. Great, so we can definitely watch anime on Crunchyroll, right? Kinda. Because if you want to watch an anime that Crunchyroll or Netflix don't have, then you need to look elsewhere. It's kind of like Monopoly. You have 4 players buying properties, but instead of being players, there are companies, and instead of buying homes, they're buying licenses for animes. So now, if I want to watch Bleach, I have to go on Hulu and pay $20 for premium for the new season. If I want to watch LethelGnu, that's $10 for Funimation. All One Piece episodes are only on Crunchyroll, so another whopping $10. $20 for Netflix, and that's only worth it for Cyberpunk. And if none of these streaming services have the anime I'm looking for, then I poo-poo it is.
Me personally, I only pay for Crunchyroll, which is $8. Netflix, I'm using my aunt's. I'm also using her Hulu, so I'm not paying for that. You know what I'm saying? And for
which
Beyblade,
is $3.99 per
site.
episode, or $15 through $39 per one season. Apple, you retarded bitch.
Jesus.
Who's gonna be spending all that money? Of course, some animes are on multiple platforms, but they may not have all the seasons, or it's only on the platform for a limited time. In conclusion, I'm broke. I know I can go on websites like 9anime.com, but I'm not trying to get viruses on my PC. Let's go back in time, when I was a child of the Lord. A time when I was touching grass and playing house with the homies. A
You
time
went
before I
house
got
with
my
the
heart
homies?
broken and went on my Drake phase. A time when I first tasted the rainbow. No, not that rainbow. This rainbow. If you're just discovering anime, then you stumbled upon some of the weirdest and yet intriguing storylines ever. Everything is fresh and new. It's a whole world filled with great storytelling, unique premises, and characters. But if you've been watching anime since you were a kid, not a lot can surprise you anymore from this media.
Yeah.
For example, if the story is suddenly giving us a flashback or backstory in a side character, then he or she is about to get their cheeks clapped and about to be sent to the Shadow Realm.
You could definitely kind of predict some things in shows, to be honest with you.
If the main
you
character
have
is catching
watched a
those
lot,
hands and getting
kinda
slapped
just, like,
around like a porn star,
know
then
what's
we
gonna
know
happen.
they're about to pop off and unleash the demon within. If she's built like a Bugatti, she's forever single. Yeah, anime is pretty cliche. While some stories are really unique, many follow the repetitive tropes, which
Yeah.
aren't bad necessarily. But we all know what to expect out of these story tropes. If we're watching shonen, then we're more or less likely to meet a trio. We're also going to have a friend rival who's the opposite of the MC. They love each other, hate each other, they're kind of like siblings.
Right.
And finally, the main character is an underdog, and has demonic abilities or something unnatural that the good guys need in order to shit on the bad guys. If we're watching
Yeah.
romance, it's usually in a high school setting. The two main leads are the opposites, and my balls become bluer than a smurf because they can't communicate their feelings. Kids, hold hands. Come on. Please, please. Son of a if we're watching a harem, then we're going to witness 6 girls fighting over a guy that looks so plain, he could be
I
a
don't
background
watch
stand.
any harems.
Etc, etc, etc.
Unless you
Those
count,
of us who have watched anime
and a
for at
girlfriend.
least 10 years have seen it all, and therefore our anime interest has somewhat declined. We still enjoy it, but it's hard to keep us involved in many stories. And I'm not trying to be that guy, but fuck them kids. I just want more adults in their 20s or even 30s as protagonists in anime stories in general. It's starting to feel like every new show or manga is the same as the last one in terms of storytelling, plot, and characters. Everything is just a small carbon copy of the last, and it's just... oh, it's alright. As an anime nerd, I just need something new to quench my taste buds.
Close that over.
Back in the day when I was a young lad,
Yeah,
I was like
bro.
one of the girls with the Justin Bieber poster, but instead,
I don't
it
got
was
no time to
anime.
watch shows, for real.
Anime was my Justin Bieber, and I truly was a believer.
Believe it!
Back then, I was able to consume 15 episodes of One Piece,
Bruh.
watch one anime season that consisted of 12 episodes, read 2 volumes of manga, and still have time to
Well,
watch.
I dead watched Hunter x Hunter like 3 times back to back within a span of like 3 to 6 months, bro, or something like that, bro. Like, bro, I had so much more time, bro. Now I got a full-time job and I work nights, so I be mad tired throughout the day, and I'm trying to freaking do this stuff, so I really
Watch
don't
Black
even have
Bible
time
at
for real.
midnight. Boy, was I in for a treat when Imari came out rocking a demonic BP. I had to exit after that. 12-year-old me was mentally defeated, but that's besides the point. Now that I'm an adult and have to be responsible, it's hard to actually keep up with many animes, especially when they have multiple seasons. For example, I still haven't finished My Hero Academia. I'm
I
still on
dropped My Hero,
episode
I'm not
6
gonna
of
lie.
Fire Force, and Black Clover is the one anime I keep postponing. As a guy who works a full-time job, goes to college, and has little free time for friends and family, I sadly don't have enough time for anime sometimes. I'm sure that's the case for other people. Some people may have families, kids, or are just constantly busy, and on their free time they much rather spend it with their loved ones or on hobbies. It's different than when we were hooligans. Back then, time was always on our side, because quite frankly, we had a lot of it. And as
But
you
we
grow
took
up,
being
you have
for-
less and less
we took being kids for granted, bruh.
time for
Not gonna lie,
yourself,
man.
and it's not that bad. But it's something everyone has to do eventually.
Oh yeah, on God.
Overall, I still very much have a passion for anime. Yes, it's more difficult to watch due to circumstances, but each year
I
something
always
does intrigue me.
love
It's
me
one
some
of the
anime,
only
bruh.
type of medias that does storytelling like no other. And for that reason, even when I'm an old fart taking giant dookies in my pants, I will
Bro.
still very much be watching One Piece episode 3058.
Chill, bro. Chill. It's not
The
gonna be that
moment
long.
Luffy became the
We're not here yet. But yeah.
Anime.
Wish I had more time. Wish you did have to pay for it. Several different sites to watch anime. That's a little weak to me. You know what I'm saying? It is a card that this level quality is so underrated. Been watching anime for a bit more than 5 years now. It really is crazy the progression you go through as an anime watcher from knowing nothing and thinking some stories are very unique. Being able to predict, yep, the next scene accurately 80% of the time. Man, when I was 18 through 22, I used to watch 90% seasonal anime, even the trash one as I grew older. How old are you, bro? But yeah, I wish I had more time to watch anime. Like even now, I'm kind of falling behind on season 2 of Vinland Saga. I think I missed the last like 3 weeks. But bruh, but this is life though, right? But yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll leave the video link down below in the description. Make sure y'all follow my Twitch. You know what I'm saying? I just got affiliate. That's fire. And yeah, make sure you have make sure y'all have a blessed day and peace.
Then she gon' pull out the tape and tie me up, then lock me away. That bitch, she said that she hate me. I am not faced, my niggas waiting at your place. For all this shit escalate, I need to know how many niggas you've played. How did you take off your tape? She looking right at me and she swerves into the lake.